Hello and welcome to the Monday edition of the United Front Show. My name is Raz, and where do we start? So, Man United won, Chelsea 3, and that was in the semifinal of the FA Cup. Quite disappointing and extremely unexpected performance by Man United. To be honest with you, I'm speechless. I'm glad that we're actually having, we're recording this show on a Monday rather than, on Saturday right after the game, because I can only imagine, how all those Man United fans out there were feeling. Again, I promised from the beginning of this show that would never be negative, and we'll always try to look at things from an objective perspective, and say what makes sense as opposed to going off the rails. With that being said, can't hide the fact that that performance was obviously quite disappointing, especially for a team that had been on an unbeaten run of 19 games. How you improve so much when a lot of games out of those 19 games, I want to say maybe 14, 15, or whatever that number is, and then only to lose in that manner. There's nothing wrong with losing. It's part of the game. I guess how you lose is the most important part. And I can tell you that the timing of that loss was not good, in the sense that we've got two very important matches that are coming up. One against West Ham, that's looking very good, very rejuvenated, very motivated, and they'll have, a reason to play, really well against this Manchester United team that looked very vulnerable, very out of sorts against Chelsea. And then obviously the last game that we have on Sunday, which is against a top 4 rival in Leicester City. Again, Leicester have played one game more than we have, and we're still tied on points. Leicester have one game left, which is against Manchester United, against us on Sunday. And we've got 2. So if we win the game against West Ham, that puts us 3 points ahead of Leicester going into the final game. On the other hand, we also have Chelsea, who have 2 games left. One on Wednesday against Liverpool. We discussed this in our last, episode, that I don't think Liverpool have anything to play for. What does that mean? It means Jurgen Klopp will probably say, you know what, I'm going to give the kids a run. I mean, our season is done. We're not going to, get more points than Man City in terms of record points. And then in addition to that, I mean, there's really nothing to play for. We've accumulated all the points. We already got our trophy, and it is what it is. I can see him doing that. And the last game that Chelsea have is on Sunday against Wolves. Wolves have been a little bit out of sorts as well, with the last couple of games going in, before the season ends. So let me just give a little bit of my perspective of what happened, what I think happened. Look, only Solskjaer would be able to tell you that, and to be honest with you, Solskjaer is probably more disappointed than anybody, than you can ever imagine, because I think the team let him down. Specifically, David De Gea. I'm not a fan of blaming individual players, because those things can happen, but for the most highly paid goalkeeper in the world, most highly paid, professional at Manchester United, probably has more games or more senior player at United, with the exception of Jones, obviously, who doesn't play. That was quite disappointing. It was horrific to watch. Is Solskjaer going to drop him? I don't know. But it's a very, very tough decision for him to make, and some unbelievable, errors that De Gea could have made. I mean, he could have saved 2 of those spot kicks. Had he done that, that could have been, a totally different game. And by the way, they were not spot kicks; those were just shots. Sorry about that. So here's the deal, right? We're going into this season and have an opportunity to still salvage something. We can finish in the top 4. In addition to that, we can go out in the Europa and win that tournament. Am I confident that the team can do it? I know they can do it. Am I confident that they're going to do it? I don't know. I just that's the reality, because that team that we saw play on Saturday is completely different than anything that we have seen. There are teams that lose, like when you watch Man City or our other bitter rivals, Liverpool. When they lose games, they don't lose like that. They lose by dominating play. They'll have tons of shots on goal or something like that. We just got the crap, though, the snot beat out of us. That was not pretty. And I'm sure the boys will learn from it, as Solskjaer has said. Brandon Williams, young guy, one of those, goals was, partly his fault because he made the bad pass to Mason Mount, who, ran with the ball and shot it, and David De Gea went like this and then went like that, and then it went in. I don't know. Look, it's disappointing. It really is. Let's focus on the positives now that we've gotten all of that taken care of. Okay, we're still in a great position to salvage something out of this season. In the event we finish in top 4, in the event we go to Europa and get we win that tournament as well. There's a lot that's bright in terms of Manchester United's future. We'll be able to tie down Paul Pogba. I'm sure where we finish is going to have a big impact on whether he stays or leaves. We'll be able to get Jadon Sancho, and maybe may even pay a little bit more than we want to pay, simply because we'll have the funds from Champions League, and we can also look at bringing on some more quality, because as you saw on Sunday, we were lacking in quality by the replacements that we brought in. When we rested Paul Pogba, Greenwood and Martial, we see that, and there's a price to pay there, right? So the most important part to think about, though, is I think it's what Marcus Rashford said, and he specifically said it's very important for the fans to stand behind the team. I can tell you, Marcus, that it's very, very difficult to do that in that manner. I hear you, though. I honestly do, and I'm sure a lot of other fans do. And we will stick behind Manchester United all the way. With that said, there's some serious changes and some serious things that need to happen. Some things that, there's some players there that are just not good enough. Just not good enough. Daniel James may need to go on loan. I mean, after watching him on Sunday, I know I'm contradicting myself, because I said, yeah, that's great, he should stay. He may need to go out on loan. Seriously. Same thing with, Fred. Maybe he needs to go out on loan, because Fred needs to play consistently in order to get, in the right frame. And unfortunately, Sunday just wasn't that, We also lacked leadership. I mean, David De Gea, we are at a point right now where decisions have to be made. We've got Dean Henderson, who is waiting in the wings, who wants that spot. Not too long ago, less than a month ago, we were talking about David De Gea and how Roy Keane went after him and how Solskjaer came to his rescue and protected him. I don't know how much longer Solskjaer is able to do that. What do you think? And before I forget, please don't forget to like and subscribe and also comment. Would be interested to hear what you have to say. Obviously, we're looking forward to Wednesday now, because that's the game that's going to be very, very important. And I can tell you that West Ham are going to be up for it, especially looking at how we played against Chelsea. Some big expectations are going to be set out there. So until then, I'm looking forward to speaking with you again on Wednesday, and hopefully it's going to be some good results. Again, I'm very cautious this time after seeing what we just witnessed on Saturday, and hopefully we'll be able to correct that and get back some of those fans that are now on the bubble just because of one game, which I think is stupid, because we shouldn't be. We should support United one way or another through thick and thin. Until then, I am out.